Okay. Okay. So pleural fluid aspiration was exudative type of that is with a high predominance for the lymphocyte, and protein was high and ADA was 40, but pleural fluid CB net was negative. The question is, we cannot isolate the AFB from the pleural fluid. CB net was negative, but have the exudative pattern of pleural fluid with ADA more than 40 international unit per liter. So whether we can diagnose this case as a TB and whether we can start anti-tubercular drug.
The first problem is, yes. Thank you, Dr. Paul, for inviting me as a faculty, and also the JIMA and IMA for inviting me as a faculty, and also for focusing on a subject that is till today is often neglected. Now, this is the case of pleural effusion, and in case of pleural effusion, the diagnosis usually depends, number one, on clinical aspects, number two, on the examination reports of the pleural fluid. Here, what is that there is a pleural effusion in a young girl, and this patient has pleuritic chest pain. The importance of pleuritic chest pain is that pleuritic chest pain indicates that inflammation of the pleura, and it is very important, particularly when the pleuritic chest pain is absent, it indicates something else. In case of tubercular pleural effusion or any case of infective effusion, the pleuritic chest pain should be present, or if there is inflammation like uremia, in those cases also pleuritic chest pain is present. And the diagnosis of tubercular pleural effusion depends on the clinical, whether the patient has any the constitutional symptoms or not, or whether, please, yes, focus on this, so that will be easier for me. In this patient, there is low-grade fever and dyspnea, so it indicates that there are some constitutional symptoms are present. The low-grade fever indicates that there is a chronic infection process, and also pleuritic chest pain indicates that pleural is involved by the inflammatory process. And the dyspnea is due to compression of the lung and thereby. So X-ray shows that there is left-sided pleural effusion, and the diagnosis of pleural effusion is confirmed by drawing fluid. Here the problem is that the pleural fluid ADA is borderline and the CB net was negative. So how can we proceed in that case? The stroke-pleural fluid and the clinical setting indicates goes in favor of tubercular effusion, and it is lymphocytic. Lymphocyte ratio, if it is more than 75%, and if it is exudative, then it goes in favor of tubercular effusion. Now, ADA is non-specific, but if the ADA is more than 60, that is highly suggestive of tubercular effusion. But we should remember that in pyogenic effusion, the ADA is often very high. Now, next is the CB net. In case of pleural effusion, CB net is present less than 50%, about 46% cases, the CB net is positive. So CB net negativity doesn't exclude pleural effusion, tubercular pleural effusion. Then what should we do? So the diagnosis of tubercular pleural effusion depends, number one, on clinical setting by excluding the other causes, number two, lymphocytic exudative effusion, and number three, ADA, and four, CB net if it is present. And we usually do not advise CB net in pleural fluid because it is often negative. And in this case, what we should do, we should exclude other causes of pleural effusion. So after aspiration, in this case, we can go for CCT. So whether underlying lung is healthy or there is any disease. If patient has cough and expectoration, sputum should be examined because in many cases of tubercular pleural effusion, there is underlying parenchymal lung disease, and so sputum may be positive for AB or CB net. And if all these things are negative, the diagnosis of the tubercular pleural effusion should be confirmed by biopsy. And biopsy may be thoracoscopic biopsy, or it may be the blunt biopsy as we are doing. But here, after doing the biopsy, half of the sample, because we have to isolate Mycobacterium to confirm the diagnosis of tuberculosis. So half of the material, clinical material, should be sent in normal saline for CBNAT and also for the culture. Because this CBNAT positivity from the plural, the solid material, clinical material is very high than the liquid material. But the problem with doing the CBNAT from a solid tissue is that it needs emulsification. So the biosafety chamber is necessary. So when that is not as available, and on the clinical basis, as well as CT excluding other causes of pleural effusion, we can start antitubercular drug as a case of clinically diagnosed extrapulmonary tuberculosis. Here, our aim should be always to confirm the diagnosis microbiologically. And when that is not possible, particularly in extrapulmonary tuberculosis, the confirmation is very difficult. Even in pulmonary tuberculosis, CBNAT is negative in 20 to 30% cases. So our primary aim is to confirm the diagnosis microbiologically by isolating the Aspispa bacilli or by culture, or sometimes the molecular diagnostic test. But when those are not possible, and when on clinically we can exclude other causes of effusion, then we can start on clinical basis as clinically diagnosed extrapulmonary tuberculosis.
Thank you, Dr. Sarkar. Yes, please.
I can go
please.
for the next question. I can see.
Yes, now on the basis of first question, I request all your questions, and after the deliberation, then we'll put the question to Dr. Sarkar. Yes, if now proceed. Proceed to the next part.
Now, next part is that investigation did not confirm the diagnosis of TB, the routine. We started antitubercular drug based on constitutional symptoms, the pruritic chest pain, lymphocytic exudative effusion, and borderline ADA. CCT excluded underlying lung pathology. But the subsequent chest X-rays showed increase of pleural fluid.
Yes.
And how we should proceed in that case. Now, it should be remembered that after antitubercular drug, due to immunological reactions, pleural fluid may increase. That is one point. So we should not be worried about that. But whenever you have any doubt about the diagnosis, as here the confirmation of diagnosis was not made, so we can re-evaluate the diagnosis, but we can continue antitubercular drug and keep the process continue, antitubercular drug continue. Here, another problem is that the duration after which the X-ray was done has not been mentioned. It has been found that the diaphragm has a reservoir, and by eversion of the diaphragm and inversion of the diaphragm, it can accommodate 1 liter of pleural fluid. So after aspiration, sometimes what happens after aspiration, when the diaphragm, inverted diaphragm become upwards convex, in that case, apparently it may appear that the pleural fluid has increased. This is one interesting but important thing. And the most often, when pleural fluid reaccumulate, or sometimes it doesn't exclude tuberculosis. So we should continue. And if the patient is clinically improved, and in other cases, we can go for pleural biopsy. It may be blunt biopsy, or it may be thoracoscopic biopsy. Now it is possible. Compared with that, as the tubercular involvement is a diffuse one, blunt biopsy yield is not bad. Any question then?
Yes. So what I can summarize, if you get the exudative pleural effusion with constitutional symptom and your ADA is more than 40 in case of pleural effusion, whether CBNAT is, even if we do not get the CBNAT positive reactivity, we can start the ATD. First, we try to get the solid tissue by lung biopsy, pleural biopsy. Even if we have no facility to do the pleural biopsy to get the solid tissue for CBNAT or microscopy, empirically we can start the antitubercular drug. I think this is your take-home message.
Yes.
And after the ATD, one situation what we commonly found, that is the exaggeration of the pleural effusion. That you say that due to the mechanical effect, due to the inversion of the diaphragm, so it is pushing the rest of the fluid upward and apparently looking that there is an increase of the pleural effusion. Okay.
And
so
the reaction, hypersensitivity, iris type of reaction may cause increase in the pleural fluid. And so it is very important to confirm the diagnosis of tuberculosis. And when it is not possible, particularly in extrapulmonary tuberculosis, we can go for treatment, but it should not be empirical or trial. Trial anti-tubercular drug is wholeheartedly should not be done. And whenever you are clinically confirmed that it is tuberculosis, so we should start anti-tubercular drug as a new case. But you cannot have, previously it was that we have to have a trial anti-tubercular drug with the drugs that is specific for tuberculosis, like INH, ethambutol, pyrazinoate, etc. But this is totally now discouraged, and we should try to confirm tuberculosis whenever it is, but when in some cases, particularly extrapulmonary tuberculosis, we cannot confirm those cases. And in those cases, we have to exclude other causes, and clinically, we should be reasonably sure that it is tuberculosis, and anti-tubercular drugs can start it as clinically diagnosed.
Dr. Sarkar.